Live from Los Angeles. Welcome back to Good Morning, LaLa Land. We are so excited to have one of the #1 magic mediums, good witches of the world, and author of Old World Magic for the Modern World. Patti, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me on. This is great. I think this is my first time my book's been up on TV. This is awesome. I feel like a proud mom.
Oh, so fun. So tell us a little bit about what your perception of magic is. How would you define magic?
Okay, I was kind of born knowing magic. I knew, for one, I had the gift of sight. When I was 3 or 4 years old, I knew that the imaginary friends little kids have weren't all imaginary. They were real beings and spirits. And I think most kids actually can see and do see. It gets kind of just taught out of us, sadly, in our Western culture. There's not a lot of magic and spirituality there. There's religion, there's all sorts of things, but that magic of what can be. And it just didn't get taught out of me. And on the magic end, I just kind of, in the blood, I would be in my little suburban backyard picking rosemary and knowing to put it in my mom's wallet to give her more money and weird things like that. It's just in the blood. But in developing things, over all the years, what I realized in working with people is how much we give our power away.
Oh my gosh.
How much we give our power away to everything, to everybody, whether it's to fear or other people or society. And so that's all my magic started taking this direction to just empowering people. You don't need anything. You have everything you need. Yes, I like tools and things and herbs and oils and things, but we are enough.
How can we get in touch with that magic, with our inner magician?
How we can do it, again, aware. Desire, of course, intent is #1 in everything. And then it's just like looking in. We're always looking outside. You know, whether meditating for an hour is great. But what I realized along the way is that I don't have an hour to pull it together. I have 30 seconds. I have 30 seconds to balance out. And the other thing I notice is that when we're not in touch with our magic, it is because we are out of balance. And again, this crazy world, we're always out of balance. So again, I work my magic toward, okay, if that's what it is, if we know the secret to life is mind, body, spirit connection, we know that because 200,000 books are written on that. The self-help section, the spirituality section, the new age section, the cult section, is all about that mind, body, spirit connection. So I'm like, okay, what if I take this and I take my magical, what just kind of is born in me, that this is something, and that's why this book came up, that everybody can do for free and easy. So like the one that I think when I saw the results however many years ago, is again, seeing people are out of balance. So can I do a little exercise?
Yeah,
for
please.
Okay, all right. So the first thing to do is put your entire world into the 4 basic elements. I work elementally, like Native Americans, like pagans like I am, like any shamanic people, Peruvians. So if your whole life is the 4 elements, which is air, fire, water, and earth. We got that. Your earth is your grounding, who you are, your sense of self, your home. It's the woman's womb. It's how people know you, your persona. That's your earth. Your fire is your passion, creativity, love, sex, God, art, the thing that keeps us going. That's our fire. Our water element is our emotions. It's the 60% of our body, the 70% of our planet. It just has to flow. Water, it's not judged, stuffed in a corner, ignored. It's just the flow of water. And the air element, that's our thinking brain. That's our thought process, that's our focus, that's that chattery brain we get going, that self-talk. So again, but it's really easy to go, my whole life is in these 4 elements. It's our grounding, our sense of self, our passion, our emotions and thoughts. And our emotions and thoughts is the West and the East, and that's where we mostly get off balance. Again, that's what it is, the water and the air. The 2 things we need more than anything in the world is water and air, our emotions and thoughts. So say if you're not as happy as you could be, every one of us should be happy we're alive. Every day we wake up should be like, I am the luckiest person in the world. And if we're not, we should be. I don't do shoulds, but it's just like or maybe you're not being as productive as you can. I should do this, but I'm not.
Right.
Or equally important is you're not as aware as we could be. We're not as conscious. We've gotten so numbed out. We don't want anything by rote, asleep at the wheel, phoned in, automatic pilot. That's just going through life, wasted breath, wasted hours. So if you notice you're not as whatever you could be, just go for a second. Okay, which of my 4 elements is out of balance right now? Is it my emotions? Somebody cut me off on the freeway, or I had a fight with my spouse? big or little, justified or not, doesn't even matter. But if it's your emotions in this moment in time that's getting the best of you, that's your water element. What you need is water, running water. Think how good you feel after a shower, right? No matter what. You feel the water, because that's the element, the attribute that water has. And again, shamanic people have always known that. But you can't jump in the shower 1,000 times a day, though I do know some TV writers who do. But you don't need to. But you can always find running water, a sink, a bathroom, a kitchen, a lunchroom at work, a drinking fountain, a hose. So if we go back to the secret of always a home run, mind, body, spirit connection, because 1 out of 3 is wishful thinking, 2 out of 3 is hit or miss, 3 out of 3 is always a home run. There's your miracle. So walk up to that sink. First, set your intention. With this water, I am going to release this anger, release this fear, release whatever is going on. Run your hands underwater for 30 seconds. We know there's portals in our hands, how healers work with their hands. Run your hands underwater. The water is the touchstone. The water has every attribute. You've just done mind, body, spirit. Within 30 seconds, you have literally, healthfully released that overage of emotion or fear or whatever it is. And you haven't held it here or held it here or held it everywhere people held it. You've really let it go. And it's gone. Then you can deal with whatever it is without the going up to your spouse and saying, I hate you. It's like, okay, here it is. So a 30-second fix. And the other one that people get is the air element, because how many people do we get that chatty brain, or the foggy brain we get, whether it's hormonal or just going on? That is the air element, because nobody breathes anymore. We are always such in a hurry. We are doing this fast, short breathing. And we just have to stop. So just remembering to breathe will calm the head. But my 30-second fix for that is Haskell work, Egyptian magic. We know sound soothes us. You just had beautiful music here. Music can soothe and inspire. Our vocal sounds, which is, again, every sound we make actually has an effect on us. That's why we chant. That's why we do rhyming and things. That's why, but without giving everybody a whole lesson in heck as they don't want. Vowels clear the head, period. End of story. Any vowel, any order. That's why pretty much every sacred word is a vowel. Like amen, om, hey-ya, hallelujah, whatever that is, it opens up this crown of illumination. So all of a sudden, maybe you have a really important speech, you're gonna go on stage and you're gonna talk, or a conversation, or again, maybe you're just not focused or just overthinking. Mind, body, spirit. Okay, whether you're talking to the element of air itself, or to your brain, or to your God, or to your angels, just with this 30 seconds of deep breathing, with this 30 seconds of vowels, I need to pull in the air element. So whether you're going ah, or om, or E-I-E-I-O with your kid, within 30 seconds you will physically, consciously notice the chatter in your head begin to stop, and the fog begin to lift, and the clarity come in.
Wow.
I'm going to E-I-E-I-O. Wash my hands about 40 times a day.
And it does. I've seen people get off meds, everything for that. It's balance.
Wow.
Balance. That's magic.
Love it.
That's magic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So that's lots of what we can find in the book, right?
Yes, that's lots of what we can, about every part of your life, about money, wealth, love, happiness, sleeping, dream magic, when loved ones pass. Just a little bit of magic in everything.
I love that. So magic, I'm taking, is when you're in that space where life is flowing and you can really create in a miraculous way and have this beautiful experience of life. That's what you would define.
That's what I would
magic.
define magic as. There's lots, it's that third mind, body, spirit. We understand the head part, we have to have the intent. We understand the body taking action. I'm gonna eat healthy. I won't go to the fast food restaurant. But the spirit, that's more elusive. People don't get that. There's actually lots of ways you can get that. Your belief system, go to church, go to temple, go to synagogue, prayer, affirmations, vision boards, spell working like I do, elements like I just explained. But it's that magic that puts it, that's what magic is. Again, whether you're dancing around a bonfire, which I highly recommend.
Naked under the moon.
Yes.
Or washing your hands. It's all magic. Well, thank you, Patti, so much for being with us today, for sharing your magic. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow you.
PattiNegri.com, Patti Negri on all the social medias. And you can find my book, download or hard copy on Amazon.
Great. Thank you
Thank you so much, Patti. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more. Good morning, LaLa Land.